Greetings and welcome to the month of September. 2023 is September 1st today. It's a Friday, and our daily Devo today has us expanding on things here. The geographic reach of Jesus's Galilean ministry. I hope that'll all fit in the description of the video, the Devo, when I have to put it in. It's going to cite passages in Matthew 4, as well as Mark chapters 1 and chapter 3. The verse quoted is Mark 1:37. Everyone is looking for you. Everyone is looking for you. The author's goal in this is that we will see and understand that people are coming to Jesus not just from the Capernaum area, but from all around the area of Galilee, all the regions of Galilee. Day after day, Jesus did the same things. What changed was the audience. We expect Galileans. If we plot the stories in the Gospels on a map, we find most of Jesus' earthly ministry took place in the Roman district of Galilee, the Roman district of Galilee. But here we see that the reach of Jesus' Galilean ministry, which was much broader than just Galilee. Matthew and Mark offer lists that together present a picture that extends to 8 different regions. Of course, Galilee is on the list, but people also came to Jesus from Syria. This is likely a designation for the area north of the Sea of Galilee. Others came to Jesus from the district of Judea and its primary city, Jerusalem. Followers likewise came to Jesus from the Decapolis. This designation points us to those living east of the Sea of Galilee, as well as those living on either side of the Jordan River south of the Sea of Galilee. Still others came to Jesus from the, quote, region across the Jordan, Matthew 4:25. This is likely the district of Perea that extended southward from the Decapolis along the eastern side of the Jordan River and the Dead Sea. Mark adds 2 more regions to the list. The area around Tyre and Sidon takes us to the old haunts of Jezebel and Phoenicia, north of the Promised Land. Finally, the label Idumea, or Idumea maybe, Idumea. The label Idumea points us to the portion of the Promised Land from Hebron south that had been overrun by the Edomites, and we've heard of them before, the Edomites, now being referred to as Idumeans or Idumeans. Overrun by the Edomites when God's chosen people went into exile in Babylon. These lists leave us with 2 impressions. First, the sheer number of places in the list startles us. Jesus, the man from the tiny backwater village of Nazareth, was attracting people from everywhere. A map visually asserts what the disciples said audibly. Everyone is looking for you. They're surprised. They're amazed themselves. Everybody from all over, they're coming to look for you, Jesus. Mark 1:37. Second, the list betrays the cultural diversity of those coming to Jesus. Jews from Jerusalem, Judea, tended to look down on Galileans as rural, simple, and spiritually compromised. In other words, they were snobs. But they came to Galilee to be with Jesus. Gentiles, with an affection for all things pagan, came to Jesus from as far away as Phoenicia and the Decapolis. That's a word that means 10 cities, a Greek word that means 10 cities. And they were, as was mentioned, gathered around the Sea of Galilee. Gentiles, I want to read that sentence over again because I finished in the middle with an explanation. Gentiles, with an affection for all things pagan, came to Jesus from as far away as Phoenicia, which is now known as Lebanon, and the Decapolis, because the gods whom the people worshipped in those places did not have what Jesus offered. That's a striking statement. The geography tells the story. Jesus was building a geographically and culturally diverse kingdom in Galilee. A geographically and culturally diverse kingdom in Galilee. Two of those last sentences really grip me today. People who worshiped in those places and who they worshiped, the idols, the false gods they worshiped, they didn't have what Jesus offered. And that is so spot on in the world, in the days in which you and I are living. There are people all around us who have their gods. Sports, possessions, new cars, homes, whatever. Their jobs, where they are and their statuses in the job that they have. All of these things people worship. And at the end of the day, they find out, you know what? I still have an emptiness. There's still a need for me. That's what these people were realizing. You know what? Our gods don't do that. Our gods can't do that. Our gods don't teach that. They wanted to find out who Jesus was and what he had to say. And so they were coming to him from all of those places. And what this last sentence says about Jesus and his kingdom is just as true then, all these different people being drawn to him, as it is today. Jesus was building a geographically and culturally diverse kingdom in Galilee. That's what we should want too. It's what we should be aiming for. It's why we do missions. It's why we hopefully welcome people from anywhere and everywhere into our fellowships, no matter where they've come from, no matter the color of their skin, no matter that their theology even may be a little bit different from ours because they've been raised someplace else and they perceive God in a different way. Not wrong, just different. We need to have this same vision, a geographically and culturally diverse kingdom in Galilee. I will be the first one to say, I have learned so much about the church that Jesus is building, the church against which the gates of hell will not prevail. By the traveling he's given me the great gift to do, from Eastern Europe to India, to Guatemala, to El Salvador, to Colombia, to Dominican Republic, to other groups here right in my own country, Afghanis, right in my own church, Haitians, Afghanis, Puerto Ricans, Peruvians. I've learned from them, and we all can learn from each other if we'll just be open to it, and we'll recognize that seeing the things of Jesus in another way might be a good thing. We might learn from them, and we certainly should be open to learn from them. I know I have over the years, and I'm thankful to the Lord for it, for sure. Blessings to you today on this first day of September.